right, John Rush, your host, Drive Radio. My assistant, Alex Bookman, is behind the camera today, taking the place of my son, Richard, who's actually out on his honeymoon right now. We're going to review, this is the long review, we've done the short review of the 2015 Acura TLX, and this is the front-wheel drive 2.4-liter engine TLX. This is not the V6. We've done that review. Go check that out over in the sidebar. We did that, it's been probably 6 months or so ago. You can go back and check that one out. This is the front-wheel drive only version, but let's take a quick walk around. We'll go through the trunk, we'll take a drive, we'll go through the interior just like we always do. But Alex is going to show you the front end of the vehicle right now. And again, this is a good looking vehicle, it really is. And the price of this car, just so you know, $36,000 and some change. It's a fantastic buy. The TLX, as you guys know, is all new for 2015. And what I mean by all new, they literally designed this car from the ground up. It's got precision rear wheel steering. Toe adjust is really what they call it, that actually help the car with stability, high-speed control, low-speed maneuverability. This car's got blind spot monitoring, lane departure, forward collision alert, rear cross traffic monitoring. It's a top safety pick. And again, as I said, all new chassis for 2015, which actually gives it a stiffer body, quieter on the inside, LED lighting all around. Great vehicle. Again, for the price, you just can't go wrong. Alex is kind of giving you a side view, and they've really done some nice jobs with the lines. You can see this upper line here. They've added this additional line here, which kind of swoops back up and goes over this rear fender. This is really a good-looking car, and for some of you that are going to be asking, this car is not black. I don't know how well this chocolate's going to show up on the video, but this is a really deep chocolate metallic on this car. If you stand a few feet away from it, it actually looks black, but it's really a good-looking car. Let's walk around to the back. I'll have Alex kind of show you the rear, how they flow everything into the taillights and kind of around into the rear trunk part of it, which I'll get into here in just a minute. I'll show you the inside of the trunk. But this is a very, very functional vehicle, very quiet, nice interior. Really, really enjoyed driving this vehicle. Again, for the price, $36,000. You really cannot go wrong for what I would consider to be a very roomy, in this case, full-size sedan. Really, really a nice car. So Acura, you did a great job. I tell you what, let's go take a drive. We'll come back. I'll walk you through the trunk and the rest of the interior. This is the 2015 Acura TLX with the 4-cylinder engine in it. All right, folks, we're going to take a drive now in the 2015 Acura TLX. I hope you enjoyed the intro. We'll come back after the drive, do the rest of the trunk, the interior, and all of the rest of the features that the TLX has. But let me walk you through a few things. And part of why I'm going to do a little longer driving portion is because, as you can see, it's hot, it's buggy, trying to get as much done inside as I can. So let me do this first. Let me back up, and Alex will zoom in here on the camera. And this does have the grids that move. So as I'm kind of backing along this curb, I can actually turn it, and it'll actually show you exactly where I'm going. Again, this has the not all-wheel steer, but it has a rear toe adjust. It actually moves the rear wheels enough to where it does help you in parking situations, high-speed maneuverability, low-speed maneuverability. That part of it works well. So I'm going to kind of go back out here where I can get the shade back on the screen here, make sure there's nobody behind me, where I can kind of show you the rest of the controls here. So controls are really pretty easy to use. It's kind of a dual screen setup where you've got your nav up above, and then you've actually got all of your what I would call shortcuts are right in front of you. There also is some buttons. The one button that's missing that I wish Acura you would add is the tuning button. I still like the vehicles with the tuning knob. In some cases it's easy just to turn the knob. In this case here, if you want to change stations, you literally have to either seek or you adjust through this part of the screen right here. Again, not a big deal. It's just something to keep in mind. Audio source, you hit there. And this is a sort of a taptic feedback screen. So as I touch some of these buttons, it buzzes. It's hard to describe on camera, but I'm feeling back into my fingers a sensation of what I'm actually hitting when you hit the screen. So it actually works really well. If I want to add anything, if I want to go to the audio, you hit the audio and it'll bring audio up above, as you can see. And it also gives me the different things down here in this screen that I can also adjust. If I want to go to nav, I hit nav and it adjusts the screen up there. But as you see, this screen here stays the same no matter what else I'm doing. If I hit phone, same thing. This screen stays the same. What I get to see is up here and what's up on top that way. And again, I go back to nav. It's a very easy system to use, by the way. You navigate by using the knob. It's a very simple system. The reach of it is nice. I'm not reaching clear across to actually make any of the adjustments. Everything's right in front of me. Steering wheel controls are great. Electronic emergency brake is right in front of me. Lane departure, all of that is over on the left, and part of that's on the steering wheel. Very, very easy vehicle to drive, very comfortable. They've done a great job. It's very luxurious. Memory on the seat settings, of course. And then, of course, we've got the sunroof, which I'll open momentarily so you can kind of see that. I'll shut it back down to help us with the lighting. But let's take a quick drive. One of the best parts about this car that I love is just, frankly, the way the car drives. It handles well, it drives well. The 2.4 liter engine, it's a little over 200 horsepower, and again, at our elevation, it's just not quite enough engine in my opinion. I had a situation this last weekend where I was trying to pass a big truck right before we went into from a 4-lane down to a 2-lane, and frankly, I just didn't have enough power to get around the truck, and I was mashed to the floor. Again, that's due to our elevation. If you're at a lower elevation, you're probably not going to notice that, but those of us at a mile high and above, we notice a significant drop in horsepower. And so at 200 horsepower with this size of a car, it's just not quite enough engine in my opinion, but fuel economy is fantastic. So again, if you're looking for high fuel economy, the power in it is adequate. The only way for you to know that is get out and drive it. This may very well be the car for you in the choice versus going to the V6 model, which again is going to cost more, add more fuel, and so on. But I tell you what, let's finish this up. I'll come back, we'll go through the rest of the interior, and then I'll give you my opinion of the 2015 Acura TLX 4-cylinder model with rear toe adjust. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the driving portion of this review, 2015 Acura TLX. We're actually going to now get into the rest of the interior, show you the trunk, walk you through it like we always do. So let me pop the trunk, just hit the button, and there is a button back here you can also hit. The trunk is not automatic, it's just spring-loaded, just a little lift, and it does come up. They've done a nice job of hiding the hinges, that part of it's good. On the interior of the trunk, lots of great room in here. In fact, it's very, very deep. It's hard to see, but literally, if I put my hand in here, for example, you can see just how far back I'm reaching in. It goes a long way back. There's a lever here. I can actually pull this and actually pull the seat down. So if you've got a really long item that you want to stick through the trunk, you can see how much room you actually have with both of those down. Nice, big, wide openings. Some of you that want to haul skis, snowboards, things along those lines, really gives you the room to really put all those things in. Granted, you would not have a backseat passenger when doing so, of course, but that's how that part of it would work. So I'll tell you what, this walk around, I'll come around to the sunny side of this car where our lighting's a little better, and I'll climb in the back seat and let you see what kind of rear leg room is in this TLX. And again, really beautiful, rich chocolate interior. If Alex can get a little bit of shot of that, the sun is not great right now, but get a little bit of a shot of the chocolate interior. This is a really beautiful car. They've really done a great job on it. I'll climb in. As you can see, climbing in, one thing you will notice, a little bit less headroom coming back down here. You notice as I stepped in, you kind of have to watch this, not bumping your head as you get in. Not a big deal, just something that you should notice. Plenty of legroom. As we always say, we put this seat all the way back on purpose. You can see what kind of legroom I have that way, so if this passenger needs way more legroom, they've got it. This car is equipped with a sunroof that I showed you in the driving portion. Rear vents back here in the middle. Not a lot of fancy things back here. There does have a console that folds down with a couple of cup holders in it. A little bit of vents back here for the climate control. No heated seats, nothing along those lines. And if you look at the door panel over here, I'll have Alex kind of show you that. It does have nice wood grain here. Soft touch materials. This is it looks like plastic, but it's not. It's actually a real kind of a hardened foam, if you would, that they've put along the top of the door panel to give it a nice soft touch, soft feel. This is plastic down below. And as I climb out here, you'll notice, again, gotta watch my head a little bit or you're gonna hit it. Pretty decent slope, so if you're a lady getting out, you can keep your legs together. That part's not a big deal. Climb on out and away you go. So, guys, I'm in the front seat now. 2015 Acura TLX. This again is the 4-cylinder model, which I keep talking about. And again, love the interior. They've done just a super nice job on the interior. Full leather, really nice apportionments, soft touch materials throughout. For $36,000 and some change, you know, really you cannot go wrong. Beautiful car on the inside. Nice, luxurious center console here, which is really nice. That part of it's great. They've got a area here, kind of a storage area that's actually a dual compartment where you can actually plug some things in. It's got a little shelf here to put your phone whenever you need to do that way. Glove compartment over on that side. All the steering wheel controls, very easy to navigate. The cockpit in this car is very nicely done. As I showed you in the driving portion, everything is within reach. They've done just a really fantastic job on the inside. Okay, so I got knocked in the last TLX review because I complained about the seats not being as comfortable as some of the other models. And some of you said, John, it's got some of the best seats in the world, all the reviewers love it, and so on. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you. It may just be my back. I'm an old guy, I've had back problems, I get it. these seats I still struggle with, getting the right positioning, getting the right feeling. And now I will say this, that's only if I'm in the car for more than an hour or so. So on short trips, things like that, that part's not a problem. But when I do get into longer trips, yes, I have a hard time getting these seats to adjust to me personally and the way my back works. It just doesn't have the right lumbar support in the right areas for me. Again, that's me personally. Please don't dig me for that. That's just my feeling. You get out in this car, you drive it, you sit in it, you feel it for yourself. But I've spent a week in this car, you know, in some cases more than an hour plus in the driver's seat. That's just my opinion, but I tell you what, I'm going to come back and give you the pros and cons of the 2015 Acura TLX. All right, folks, my opinion of the 2015 Acura TLX 4-cylinder model. Cons, little down on power for our altitude. Is that a deal breaker? Absolutely not. It's just something you need to know, though. At our elevation, it does not have the zip to it that the V6 engine model has in it. Just something to keep in mind. The front-wheel drive model would work great. The steering works fantastic. The maneuverability of it, the performance, the handling, everything on this car works absolutely fantastic. Those are the pros. And the biggest pro that it's got, 32 miles to the gallon, $36,000. That's really hard to beat for a luxury sedan in this segment. That is a great price, great value. Again, if you're really interested in this car, get out, drive it for yourself. Go to your Acura dealer, and please make sure you tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. Folks, hope you enjoyed this last review that we've just done. And as always, we say this, but we really do mean it. Get out, drive the car, put yourself, your family, your pet, whatever you're going to do with the vehicle, please get out, get in it, drive it. Make sure when you go and do that, you tell them John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you. For all of our other reviews, content, things that we have, you can check that out at our website, drive-radio.com. Please go and like us on Facebook, facebook.com/driveradio. And of course, you found this on YouTube, because that's where we put all these videos up. Our channel, Drive Radio, all one word. Go check out all the rest of our reviews. Like it, comment, do whatever you need to. We want to be here to help you pick out the right vehicle for you, because as we always say, there's really not too many bad vehicles made today. There's just bad vehicle choices. So with that, I hope you have a great evening, great day, whatever it is. Just enjoy. And again, thanks so much for watching.